Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. I wanted to get on here today and do a general reading for the collective, but based on this upcoming full moon in Sagittarius, which is said to grace our skies this Sunday, May the 31st. So the beautiful thing about full moons and full moon energy, it's not only a time of releasing, letting go, surrender, but it's also a beautiful culmination point. It's a peak point rather. You know, the moon is at its fullest. The light of the moon is at its peak. It's also a time of a harvest, a bounty, of bringing in, of calling forth all the things that you maybe wished for or wanted to manifest in previous moon cycles. So today I did want to get on here and just do a general reading for you all. And just ask Spirit, you know, what is something that we're being called to let go of at this time? I'm going to pull a couple cards here and see what we get. And of course, we'll get clarification if needed. And we'll go from there. I just finished teaching a yoga class, hence the attire. But I'm feeling really good right now and I just wanted to get on here right away. I didn't even bother changing. So let's see what we've got here for you today, friends. What is something that we're being called to let go of at this time? Okay, so first and foremost, the first card that we selected was the Queen of Cups, which I will show you here. Queen of Cups energy, this is somebody who is deeply in touch with their emotions. She literally has her foot in one world and the other. And what I mean by that is that she has one foot in the sea, one foot on land, and she's sitting here just so majestically prompted, or positioned, I should say, on her throne. I feel like for the person that I'm reading for right now, it's like you're able to traverse or go back and forth between like 3D, 5D universes. Like you were very deeply connected to what's going on here in your everyday 3D reality, but I feel like you also have a very deep connection to spirit. And I feel like, you know, this is like a letting go, releasing spread. I feel like spirit is asking you perhaps to let go of this 3D experience, to fully embody and to fully be tethered and connected to your spirit realm, to your spirit guides at this time. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like something lately has really gotten you down for some reason. I'm almost getting the energy, this is a card of being left out in the cold, that maybe you feel like the universe has like forgotten you some way, like maybe in some regard justice hasn't been served in the way that you would have liked. Maybe there was something that happened in your past where things were dealt with unfairly. Maybe it was a contract, maybe it was like some type of separation where you feel like you kind of got the raw end of the deal, so to speak. I feel like Spirit is really asking you at this time to let go of how things appear at this point and really tap into that Queen of Cups energy, tap into the energy of spirit at this time. I feel like we've also maybe have lost a little bit of ourselves, a little bit of our direction here. You also do have the Chariot. Also, you know, looking at the Five of Pentacles here, this is also about telling a new story as well. It's like, again, you feel like you've been abandoned in some way. Again, karma or justice hasn't been served. Like I feel like you've really been wronged in a previous situation, and it's like it's been really hard for you to kind of get back into action, back with a plan, back on the horse, so to speak. I feel like you've had a really hard time navigating life at this point, and Spirit sees that, but I feel like Spirit's asking you just to, for the time being, maybe with this full moon cycle, especially, you can do some type of like cord cutting ritual, some type of ritual maybe involving water, just to cleanse the past, just to let go of that. Something that I personally really like to do is to take salt baths, and you know, you can literally visualize that residual energy going down the drain. That is like one very easy way that you can work with water at this time, especially for this full moon. If you like to make moon water, that is something else that you can practice as well. But I just feel like something here has happened in your past that is really preventing you from going forward at this time, really charging into this next era of your life, this chariot energy. But I think right now Spirit is asking you also just to trust that justice is going to be in Spirit's hands alone. You don't have to take justice or karma or any type of action into your own hands, that you have the hand of Spirit here to guide you at this point. Still have one foot in, right? One foot out, in terms of like, you know, you have to still keep up with your everyday, you know, everyday living, everyday existence. But Spirit just doesn't want you to be discouraged right now. Let go of any type of discouragement. Let go of any previous disappointments at this point in time, because that's going to help you charge forward. I do want to ask Spirit as well. So, you know, we kind of have a good idea of what we are parting ways with, what we are letting go of at this point in time with this full moon. But what is it that we're calling in? What is this bounty? What is this harvest that we're creating room for, we're creating space for at this time? So let's ask Spirit about that energy right now. Spirit, what is it that my collective needs to know at this time? What are they calling forth? What are they bringing in? Wow. Okay. You know what? I'm going to start with this card first. This is like what's kind of like really stood out to me. I feel like you're about to get a message right now, some long awaited news here with this Knight of Cups energy. You know, he's moving slowly. He has also the wings here depicted on his helmet and on his feet. It's like this, I feel like you're about to get a message from Spirit. You're about to get some type of sign, something that you've been waiting for, some type of long-awaited opportunity is coming forth for you at this point. But notice, unlike the other nights that we see in the tarot, this one isn't coming in rush at all. This one is coming in at the exact right time. And again, I feel like Spirit is really asking right now, like, pick up your head right now. Like, you were so loved, you were so seen, you were so held. And with this Cups energy, this message could also be coming through your dream state. So make sure that you're taking time. You know, I didn't mention this with the Queen of Cups, but make sure that you're taking time for self-care, relaxation, that you're getting good sleep, that you are creating good habits around sleep hygiene. Maybe keeping a dream journal beside your bed. I feel like Spirit is going to try to access you at this time, perhaps through a more lucid, dreamlike state. So be open to how this message can come through, but just know that it is coming in its divine timing, that this is going to come in a way that is unrushed. You're not going to second guess it, and it's going to be at the perfect time, because you're going to know it's going to be just so uniquely for you at this time. Nine of Pentacles energy, which I love as well. For me, this is like a card of harvest, like just how we were talking about how the full moon cycle is a peak point. It's a culmination point. You know, try to think back, maybe I'll find out, and maybe I'll put it in the description below, but when the new moon was last in Sagittarius, was there something that you were intending for around that time that you were finally bringing to full fruition? You know, this person is just so relaxed. They're in their garden. They're one with nature. I think it's also kind of telling too. Remember how I said it's going to come, this message is going to come in at its right time and place. There's like this really, really tiny snail here in the bottom here, in the front of this image, and I just feel like maybe things have felt like they've been coming somewhat at a snail's pace right now. But again, I feel like Spirit is really urging you and telling you, like, if you knew the fullness of this manifestation, if you knew how big and how wonderful this was going to be, like, don't be worried. Be just as relaxed as this figure here. Get outside in nature if you need to. Go ground. Go put your feet on some grass if you need to. And then you also have the King of Wands here, and this is just a beautiful card of confidence, of standing in your strength, of standing in your full ability at this point in time. There are also salamanders on this individual's cloak, on the King's cloak here, and that's protection from fire. That's what that indicates. And you also see that salamander here in the on the bottom of this image here. Sorry, I have no words today, friends. felt a little too good after that yoga practice. Spirit is wanting me to tell you that you are divinely seen. You are protected at this time. You are protected from any type of risk at this time. I feel like Spirit is asking you to take smart risk, calculated risk, but you are protected. If there's something that you are wanting to go after at this time, that you are in a very beautiful, unique position to accept this opportunity, this upcoming opportunity. Just know that you are seen and so loved. And then we also have here, lastly, the King of Swords energy. And swords deal with the element of air. It deals with our thought process. Spirit is telling me right now, heart-mind coherence. I don't know if any of you listen to Joe Dispenza or have heard that turn of phrase before, but I feel like right now it's like, ooh, yes, friends. Going back to the Chariot energy, it's like your heart, your mind, your body, and spirit, they all need to be in alignment, or else this is going to be very hard to steer this chariot if things are not all facing in the right direction. I feel like Spirit is telling me right now that you really need to watch your thoughts, the stories you tell at this point in time, because that's going to help this message come in. I don't want to say like even quicker, but it's just going to come in, I think, because you don't have any resistance or walls up to it. I think it's going to be able to reach you and find you with greater ease and greater clarity. Speaking of clarity, I do want to ask Spirit for just any clarification on this message. Is there anything else that my collective needs to know at this point in time? Anything my ancestors, my guides want to share at this point in time? I don't know. I just felt like pulling out 3 cards. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a time of great stability for you. 4 Pentacles, that's what that represents. I think of also like the 4 wheels on the chariot. I feel like you're going to be ushering into a new time where things are going to be less rocky for you. Things are going to be a little bit more predictable at this point in time, just to help you get a leg up, so to speak. You're not going to have to fight anymore, as indicated here by the 7 of Wands energy. And I feel like you've had to defend yourself. I feel like I'm reading for a specific person right now that has had to get comfortable being misunderstood. I feel like you've passed that test. I feel like you're willing for people to misunderstand you. And again, you're not trying to rock the boat here just to be provocative or anything like that. You are really, you know who you are, you know what you represent, you know what your intentions are. And if people want to misunderstand that's on them, right? That is their own life experience. That's their own lens, clouding their judgment, so to speak. And then this 8 of Wands, I just feel like once things get going, sorry, I want to kind of like focus on that a little bit better. Once things get going in your life, once you receive that message, whether again it's through your dream state, whether it's literally a messenger coming through, I think things are going to start moving a lot faster. But we have to get our mind, our body, our heart, our spirit, we kind of all have to be on the same page here at this specific point in time. Okay, friends. I did want to do, we'll see how many oracle cards I want to pick. So I'm going to be using Pure Magic Oracle right now. I probably will get some more oracle cards in the future just to change things up a bit. But sometimes I like to do an oracle message. Okay, Burning Man. Okay, this is the number 26. Like I said, Burning Man, collective power, supreme prayer, 3 of Cups, celebration. Collective power. I feel like you're going to shine bright through this. Like you are going to be an inspiration for somebody else that's going through a very similar situation. Like your message, I don't know if any of you are like on social media trying to cultivate a following or trying to get a head start with that maybe. Maybe that's what you're feeling discouraged on right now. I don't know. But King of Wands, again, protected from fire. It's like you've gone through the fire, friend. I'm getting chills right now. You've been refined in the fire is what I'm getting. And you're ready to usher into this next phase of your life. And I just feel like you're going to shine bright like a beacon. You're going to shine bright like this full moon. You know, I didn't mention this at the beginning of the reading, but Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and what Sagittarius governs is energy such as optimism, good luck, good fortune, long distance travel, expansion. Like, I feel like you are going to touch the collective. This is something that I feel like you're really called to do at this time, that you are going to be celebrated, that you are going to be celebrating once you get past this. I feel like you've been kind of in this holding pattern for a little bit, and it's time to turn this around, friends. It's time to tell a new story. It's time to, fire ignites quickly, right? You know, anything that fire touches, it's engulfed, completely in flames. And I just feel like you just need to start anew in your life right now. You need to start on a firmer foundation. Again, going back to that Four of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, kind of like we need to burn it all down, but like we need to burn down the things that are just not serving us anymore. And that could be, again, habits, thought patterns, old stories. We need to get this momentum going like we had there in that Eight of Wands, that fire energy. So I'm really excited about this for you, friends. I'm going to leave you with that. I feel like we're in a really good place to conclude this message. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you are looking to let go of for this full moon cycle, but what's something that you're looking to bring in and see come to full fruition at this point. Let me know if you like this reading. Let me know what's going on in your lives. I'm very curious to see how this message has landed for you. That's all I have for you today, friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next reading. Thank you so much. Bye for now.